Hey, Jay, how you doing, man? Holy cow. So there are 12 of you guys here and already 5 likes. Hold up, hold up, hold up. I wanted you guys to see that there. Do y'all see that? Is it backwards for you guys or can you see the number? Oh man, a couple of people dropped off. Sean, how you doing? Can you see that number? Hey, Otis. That's what's up, man. I appreciate you coming through. What does it say? What number do you see? Is it backwards? All right, I'm finishing off this crown. This is crown apple. Holy cow. All right. I wish it was 960 or 9,000. Well, it's 9,016. So, all right. So we got Jay here, Sean, Otis, Jay again, Eric, Chuck, Tom. How you doing? Christopher Murray, Doug McGee. What up? What up? What up? All right, Otis. All right. Danny Boucher, how you doing? Or Beauclair? Is it Beauclair? I guess maybe. I don't know. Jack! Hi, Betty. How you doing? Question J. Tyler, what up, what up? Turnaround Barbecue. Pop's Barbecue Pit. Oh my goodness. But I just, yo, do you see this? You can't see both my head. Do you see this? 9,000. I'm over 9,000. All of you Super Saiyan folks will understand that, yo, so close. But yet so far. I want 100,000. I want a play button. I want a play button. I do. Thanks, Doug. Man. Jay, you're funny. Jay said he only wants cash so he doesn't have to worry about paying any taxes. Can't knock that hustle. Dude, I want that play button. Well, Brent, I appreciate, man. I appreciate that. And I agree, man. You know, one of the things that I really, really, really want to do, and this is old school YouTube dash talking here, because I've been around YouTube for quite some time. So no, I haven't tried Venmo, but I am aware of Venmo. But so I want to be on the YouTuber, what is it? YouTuber Up Next or YouTuber whatever that thing is. There's something that would be beneficial. All right, Conrad, how you doing? All right, well, Jay, that's what's up. Eric. Uh-oh. Taste testing number 3 must be in trouble. Oh, Colorado Springs. Hey, yo. Man, I really can't say thank you guys enough for watching. Because if it weren't for you guys, then obviously I wouldn't be putting up videos. I want you guys to be able to see that. Hopefully you can see it. It will change. It does change. But before we start talking about what I want to talk about tonight, can you guys do me a favor? There are almost 30 of you guys here on the live stream. If you haven't already, please take a step back, hit that thumbs up, hit that like button for me. I greatly appreciate it. It not only makes me feel better, it helps this video get broadcast to other folks. All right, so let's see. No beer for me tonight. I did what was left of my Crown Apple bottle. This was the last of my cruise liquor, and yeah, there's a little corner left. We can perch this up here. Lou, how you doing? Yeah, we can perch that there for a second. Well, let's not block the number. 9,016. I hit 9,000 this morning, and when I say I was ecstatic. Chuck's funny. I know. Anybody want this? I will send them this to make a shifter boot out of. Anybody want one of these? I have a few of them. Crown bag. Anybody? You'll have to send me a DM on Instagram. Hold on one second. I don't have any purple ones.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night. Did you show them?
Yeah, they're looking. Oh, look, yo! It just jumped up too from 916 to 9. I saw 917 for a second. Now it's at 9,018. Hey, do me a favor. Look in the end cabinet there and pull out any of these that you see. There should be at least 2 or 3 of them in there.
Oh.
All right. So if anybody wants a crown bag, I need you to send me a DM on Instagram, and I'm gonna need your address, and I'll figure out.
Got 30.
All right. Oh.
And there's something in it.
Yeah. Right.
What is it? Is it more grommet?
No.
That would have been funny.
So, my wife put some corks in one. There's some shot pours, that, like if you were to put that on the, pours in another. And then this was the other bag. So I will give away. This was the Crown Vanilla, and this is the Crown Apple. So if you guys want one of these, shoot me a direct message on Instagram, and with your address. Put those back for me, please. You want to say hi since you're standing right here?
Hello, everybody.
Taste testing number 2. Oh.
Oh, that's what DM is.
Direct message.
I was contemplating about whether.
Not right now. Good night. Thank you. Alright, so it went back up to 17. Is somebody playing, like, subscribing and unsubscribing?
That'd be funny.
To see the number change? I mean, it really does. Quester J says hi.
Hello.
Try to crown with Sprite or cranberry. Yo, I love Crown Apple and cranberry. Definitely love that. Eric says, what's up? Taste test number 2.
Hello. Oh.
Thomas, that's funny. Yeah, Jay, I see. Yeah, Eric, I'm all about that. Eric said, how about you send Dash a bottle, then he'll send you the bag. I'm with it. Trust me, I'm with it. I'm telling you, Instagram is where it's at. What are you doing? He's seriously over there. Where did you sign in? Where did you sign in at? As number 1?
No.
You have your own?
Yeah. I didn't go in it. I was just unsubscribing and subscribing to see if it would change.
You got it.
It takes a while.
I guess. Hold on, let's refresh.
Oh, you have a lot of people.
Yeah, 43. Holy cow. Oh my goodness.
Well,
all right.
25 likes. Damn.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I go away with that.
I heard myself say 25 likes. Damn.
Corey, how you doing? Luke Alamada says, what's up, number 2?
Where's he go?
Back where you pulled him out from there. Cornelius, how you doing? Oh my goodness. All right. So let's talk about what, the topic at hand. So there's PayPal here, the PayPal here reader. Justin, how you doing? There is the Square reader, as far as like mobile payments. And then you have like PayPal itself, you have CashApp, you have Venmo. So what do you guys, some of you guys who are out there doing the same thing, aside from cash and checks and PayPal is probably like cash, check, PayPal, CashApp. unless Venmo. I've never used Venmo. I don't use Venmo, so I don't know. DV, what is your name, man? And when I get out to Ocean City, I'm gonna let you know when I'm coming, and we need to hook up and hang out. I have much experience with the swipes. I usually just use Venmo. Okay, John. All right, I'll try to remember that. I mean, I know who you are. Let me show you something. John, I know you'll appreciate this because you have an equally as epic license plate. Well, look at that. So I upgraded my plates to the Maryland flag plate as opposed to the War of 1812 plate, and I am excited. I am so excited. My registration was up, and I got new plates for my van. All right. Jay said he takes IOUs. So that's why I said bartering. Because I have definitely bartered for some stuff. Like I have 3 nitrogen tanks. 3 tanks of nitrogen in my garages. And they're 120 cubic feet tanks that I traded for a brisket. And yeah. So Tyler, that is my exact point. CashApp, Venmo are all PayPal. But the thing is, it's crazy. Then he went to the shop line and subscribed. It went to 9017. It dances around, so we can watch it all night long. Yep, exactly, John. I like the Maryland flag one. I hated those War of 1812 plates. They were horrible. Comrade. Well, you gotta shoot me a DM on Instagram. Thanks, Lou. Chuck, I didn't want to pay for the Bluetooth reader. I just being cheap. I don't use it enough. Look. Jay's funny. He says, I need a kegerator. Who wants tri-tip? This is post on Craigslist. Cheers, Preston. How you doing, man? You missed it, but I finished my last little bit of Crown Apple from my cruise. Yeah, and then I have some water to chase it. Which is better to use? That is the question. So, Conrad, in my limited usage, I've used Square and I've used the PayPal reader. Square will deposit the money into your checking account or whatever account that you have designated at your bank, right, or credit union. It usually takes 2 to 3 days for that to happen, or it did when I used it. When I used it last, it took 2 to 3 days for that to happen. When I use my PayPal swipe, the PayPal goes into my PayPal account instantly. Now, the thing with the swipe with the PayPal is you have to get a PayPal debit card associated with your PayPal account. When you do that, there was an instance where one of my buddies hit me up and he's like, hey man, are you cooking tonight? I'm like, yep, I'm getting ready to, I'm getting my food now, blah, blah, blah. He said, yo, I need some brisket for tomorrow. I said, all right, well, how much do you want? He's like, I need like a whole brisket for, this thing at work, kind of last minute. I know. I said, well, you're lucky. I can cook one. I said, but you got to pay me right now. I said, I'm in the store. He's like, okay. Shot me the money over PayPal. Yo, by the time I walked from one end of the store to the other end of the store to get the brisket, the money was there. I was able to make the purchase. Yeah. So now one of the other things too with as far as fees, Square was like 2.8% or something like that, plus 20 or 30 cents per transaction. PayPal was like 2.7%, and the same like 20 to 30 cents per transaction or something along those lines. But the thing is, with the PayPal reader, if you use your PayPal account, and swiped your card to make purchases with that card, you got 1% of your purchases back at the end of the month, which effectively reduced your fees by 1%. And you can swipe cool stuff. I had PayPal merchant back before the device existed. Oh man. Yeah, Brandon, hold up, Brandon, yo, time out. Did you send me some peppers or what? I've been looking in the P.O. box, I haven't seen anything. But yeah, Brandon, you definitely need to get the swipe thing. But even still, if you have a PayPal account with an email address, you can send an invoice. And the invoicing is better than having to type in the cards. Unless you're set up at like a flea market or something like that, then you definitely want that card reader and link it to your PayPal account. Lou, I just didn't use Venmo because I had PayPal, and I use PayPal pretty much. People say, "Oh, do you do Venmo?" No, I don't do Venmo. All right, what about PayPal? Yep, I do PayPal, and people were cool with that, so that was why. Not even gonna comment, question Jay. Why? All right, turn around. That's what's up. CashApp, Venmo. All right, well, Preston. So I've only recently been doing CashApp. Probably within the last, what is it, April? Like not even 6 months I've been doing CashApp. But it's just one of those things where I don't mind doing the CashApp. And the money, what's crazy to me is if one of you guys say wants to send, hold on one second, let me just like, hold on. So all right, so if one of you guys wanted to use this and say $SDSBBQ and send like $5, right? So if that ends up in my CashApp account, what have you, I have done a little or some experimenting. I had some folks pay me for food. I guess it was right after Thanksgiving, so right before Christmas. And excuse me, they paid me, and then I said, okay, I want that money to go. Like, I'm not paying a fee. Just send the money to my account. And it was there like the next day, right? I recently had someone pay me something, and I said, oh, you know what? It was like $50 or so. I said, oh, you know what? Go ahead, I'll pay that 1% fee for the money to be direct into my account directly. Then on the same day, I got another payment from someone else, and I said, oh, well, that first payment is going to be there immediately. So the second payment, I'll just wait. I got the payment that I waited for faster than I got the payment that I said to send immediately. So it doesn't always, at least for me and for my credit union, which is associated with my Cash App account, it didn't make sense. So hold on, let's see. Look at that. 9,016 still. It's frozen. Someone go tell somebody to subscribe to my channel, please. I want to get to 10,000. But yeah. Chase app. Jay, I use the Chase app as well. Never actually use it for payment though. In fact, my PayPal debit cards, the set my PayPal with full name being. Nice, Brandon. All right, Brandon, just let me know when they're on their way. Comrade, please. Venmo is used a lot around here. Preston, it depends. I heard people using a lot of Venmo and parents using Venmo to send money. Hold on one second. I feel like that time of week again. All right. Maybe it's my own eyes. Anyway, I've heard of a lot of parents using Venmo to send money to their kids in college. So just the customer window square just worked out. Best me using the register app for free. All right. So John, PayPal here also has a register type app. Like if I were to, I can't pull it up on my phone because I'm using my phone for the live stream. Just mark the cash to see if it was fake. I saw lots of fake bills of cash shows. Question J, you know, one of the advantages I have over a lot of other people, I worked in the bank for almost 10 years. So I can feel the difference between U.S. currency and counterfeit bills. Fun fact, I was working part-time at a liquor store, beer and wine store. Actually, it wasn't liquor, it was a beer and wine store. And there was a woman that handed me a $10 bill, and when she handed it to me, I stopped and looked at it, and she's like, "What's wrong?" I said, "Ma'am, this is counterfeit." And she said, "No, it's not." She said, "You don't even have one of those pens." I said, "Ma'am, if I mark it with the pen, I'll mark it and it'll be counterfeit." I said, "I can tell you it's counterfeit because I can feel the difference." And she's like, "Well, feel what difference?" I said, "Do you have another bill in your pocket?" She said, "Yes." "Hand me that bill." So, you know, I'm like, "All right, you feel this one and feel this one." She's like, "Well, I got that from blah, 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 blah." "Ma'am, I'm not going to accept that bill." I said, "No. If I was in my bank job, which I worked on today, and I'm not here part-time," I said, "I would confiscate this and I have to send it down to the Fed. So you're going to lose this money." I said, "I can't tell you to try to pawn this off on someone else or pass this off on someone else." I said, "But if I were in your shoes and someone told me I had a counterfeit bill, that's what I would do." And she just took her $10 bill and was on her way. Anyway, all right, man. No problem, Brandon. Thank you for hanging out. Country Q Barbecue, how you doing? As long as they have. Oh, okay, Jay, that's what's up. Yes, indeed. Family first. Pocket Cash app. I don't even know about that one. You Square from Motorcycle Club. It works out pretty good. So Tyler, the only thing with Square is when you're swiping the card, your transaction fees are slightly higher than PayPal here, and they take longer to hit your account. That's been my opinion, my experience. No worries, Eric. Shoot, not many 10,000 plus YouTubers watching my stuff either, man. Yeah, I should show you the barbecue contest. Brandon McBride. I'm not big into competitions. Hey, yo. How you doing, Mr. Adams? I'm not big into competitions. I would like somebody, I'm all about backyard barbecue. Competitions is really just not my thing. I'm way too competitive. I'm super duper competitive. And if I don't do well, if I don't place well, then that just crushes my spirit. Have you seen that video where I did the SEA competition? Cash goes in your pocket. Sure enough, Tony. Sure enough. But yeah, man, I did not have a good time when I did an SEA event. I mean, we had an awesome tasting steak. Though the steak we turned in, I knew it was overdone. I just wasn't going to argue. The shoulda, coulda, wouldas ain't doing nothing for me now. But it was an experience, and I did not want to be that guy. So, yeah. Yeah, I won't say it's a regret, but I still have a very sour taste in my mouth from that competition, and I feel like it's been a year, but it hasn't been a year yet. But every time that video hits you, how do you think I felt in real life, man? That was my life. I mean, I know the video, like, Jay funny. He said he didn't want that, Harry didn't want that smoke, huh? Hey, look, those guys that are doing competition stuff, they're doing competition stuff. Oh boy, there's number 2 crying now. Oh, yeah, you know what, Eric? He probably right. So now I can't tell if he's crying or if he's not. I was rooting for me too. Shoot, Tony, man. Oh, dog, we had that in. Oh my gosh, man. But you know what? I should have not. Had I gone into that competition not expecting to do very well, I probably would not have had such a bad taste in my mouth. Beers and brews. I don't know what they're doing up there. All right, it's CashApp, Venmo, PayPal, and Cash Money. Well, I do like Venmo. I haven't used it. I just, I get tired of adding. Hey, Sean, thank you. I get tired of adding apps to my phone. Like I have a lot of apps on my phone. I don't even have any games on my phone. Barbecue contest pro and backyard. Hey, you know what? There's a guy that watches. His name is Kirby Q. Some of you guys might have seen his YouTube channel. So Kirby said that he was cleaning up on the amateur circuit. And then he said that he went pro and he's never won again. When DC Cooks and I did that SCA event, I hit up Kirby like, yo, we got to figure out what we did wrong. Like, I was hurt. Like, what did I do wrong? And he basically said, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this. And he's like, don't feel bad. He's like, I was doing really well on the pro circuit and then, on the amateur circuit. And then as soon as he went pro, he's like, he never had the same luck. So, yeah. Anyway, so aside from, Cash, the Cash app, well, Justin, I was getting ready to say, what are some of your experiences? What are people who are using the apps paying you? Do they prefer one thing or the other? Like, what are your preference? What are your customers' preferences? Do your customers prefer Cash App? Do they prefer Venmo? Gosh, do they prefer cash, checks? Some straight water. Yeah, I did. We kicked that team that didn't showed up. We kicked their butt. They were so afraid of us, they didn't even show up. Even though we were team dead ass last, they didn't even show up to that event. But no. So really, what have your customers said about using specific apps? Do they prefer one over the other? Yeah, but Smokehouse, you gotta. So, I accept checks from certain people because the worst thing you can do is take a check. Now, when you're taking a check first, you probably already fronted the bill for the meat, already cooked the meat, already delivered the meat. And then you're going to take a check in hand that you have to deposit and wait sometimes a day or so for all of the funds to clear. I don't know. Sometimes waiting for a check is just not. Every loud car in the neighborhood just drive by. Yep. So, John, I agree. I've taken checks from a few different, doing catering jobs, and then usually I ask them to pay a half or third, just to get the ball rolling, because I want to make sure that they're serious about the event. Yeah, all right, do some street racing. Well, the only time I've ever lost money on is because I didn't have enough change in my pocket as far as cash. When I first started doing this and selling food out of the car, basically, I had a guy, like I used to carry $50 in change in my pocket. I had a guy meet me halfway between my house and DC, and he basically, by the time he paid for his ribs and chicken wings, which was like $40, he was like, here's a $10 tip. Or actually, he had $100 bill, and I'm like, yo, I only have $50 in change. He's like, all right, just give me the 50 and change, and we'll call it good. And then when I went to my next delivery, the guy had $40 for his $25 rack of ribs, and I didn't have any change. So that was the only time that I lost money. So any other time I get money like that and don't have change, I will stop somewhere and get change before I go to the next drop off, basically. I prefer cash and Cash App. Only have accepted one check. My main buyer loves Cash App strictly. Well, Justin, that's what's up. No, actually, Jay, if I know which car that was, it was a 5-liter Mustang GT. Actually, I think it's a Mustang, not a GS. It's something like it was a Mustang though. Yep, John, I agree. It depends though. Certain events, I'll take a third, but then I tell them that they have to do 2/3 before the event, and then I'll do a third on booking, a third 7 days out, and then the third once the event is finished. Benji, who are you telling? But there are still some folks that only use checks. All right, P. Adams says he accepts checks from property management companies. Only problem with that is, when you're dealing with a property management company, I'm sure you probably have to send an invoice and then wait for the end of the month. And, it just takes a long time. And it's already a check. It's like, yo, you're taking forever. Plutonium. That's what's up. Sure enough. No prepay. Yeah, Tyler. I only had one person ever, I think I told you guys about this lady. So this lady's name is Sonia, right? And Sonia, she ordered a turkey from me. The first year she ordered the turkey from me, and it was fine. She paid for the turkey, all was well. Second year she ordered a turkey, and I said, yo, all right. The good thing is she lived within like 2 miles of my house. So she orders the turkey, and then I'm like, hey Sonia, your bill's not paid. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't get paid until like that Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I can't take care of it until then. I'm like, you know what? We talked. I understand. Fine. So I go to deliver her turkey, and I send her a text message like, hey, I'm on my way to your house. She's like, hell, I'm not there. What do you mean you're not there? She's like, I'm so sorry. Can you deliver it to my parents' house? Where's your parent? Where do your parents live? She said, oh, they live a quarter of a mile up the street, down the street, over here. All right, send me the address. I send the address. She sends the address. I get the address. I go to the house. I knock on the door, and the girl's sister answers the door, and she's like, oh hey, oh thanks for the turkey. I'm like, nah, turkey hasn't been paid for yet. She's like, Sonya didn't pay for it. No, she didn't. I said, Sonya told me that she was having some trouble. She had an emergency. She wasn't here yet, or she wasn't home, so she asked me to bring it here. She's like, okay. I said, so, okay, I need to get paid, basically, and the turkey hasn't been taken care of yet. So, basically, the turkey ended up being like $70 or so. And the Sonia's sister was yelling, and, these thin doors, it wasn't very loud. So I hear her yelling to somebody upstairs, and she basically said, Daddy, the turkey needs to be paid for. He's like, well, how much is the turkey? And I'm like, it's $70. And he's like, what? $70 goddamn dollars for a turkey? I ain't paying no damn $70. Oh, okay. I'll take the turkey back then. Ain't no skin off my back. Guess what? Lesson learned. You need to pay for your turkey before the day of delivery. If you don't pay for your turkey ahead of time, I'm not delivering it to you. So that was my lesson learned. Then 2 years later, so last year, was it last year or 2 years ago, maybe now, she called and hit me up asking me for another turkey. Nope, I'm sold out. I got 2 orders for turkey so far, but nope, I'm sold out. Yep, I know, Chuck, but your circumstances and where you are, and my circumstances of where I am, I can't be carrying a whole bunch of cash in my pocket. It's just, yep, Eric, it was a G3, it was a GT350. I'm pretty sure it's a GT350. Yep, I know, P. Yeah, I know. Let's get a Camaro one the other day. Wow, that's crazy, Jack. I have a receipt book somewhere. 4J, what's going on? Hey, no problem, Lou. Thank you very much for hanging out. Warrior, how you doing? Warriors. Backyard Grill Master, I do 7 days out. I want to make sure these folks are serious. Paid in full, invoice paid in full. Come on, show up. Come on. All right. I want the invoice paid in full, 7 days. I did snatch it back. I took that turkey back just as fast as the day was long. Dogfather, yeah, buddy. Alton, mobile payments for sure. So we talked about CashApp, Venmo, Cash, the PayPal swipe reader app, and then of course Square. I was saying from my experience, Square is slow and the fees are a little bit more than PayPal. Plus with PayPal, you can get the money directly into your PayPal account, and that money is right there, right, so you can use it. No, Jay. So I don't actually tell anybody to bring turkeys because people get real cheap, and turkey is not something you want to play with as far as it not being handled properly. So I get all the turkeys, so I can control. I want quality control over the turkeys. So that's a big thing for me. Um, a big thing is I want to make sure that I have control over the quality of those turkeys. I want to make sure that I know how long they've thawed for, and if they're still frozen, and the brine and other things like that. Plus, once you take a turkey out of its wrapper, what's to say that this turkey is 17 pounds versus a 13-pound bird, and you confuse somebody's turkey, yeah. Yep, exactly. Alton, if I'm gonna suggest something for you, I would suggest looking into the PayPal Here app, or excuse me, reader. That PayPal reader the money goes directly into your PayPal account, and the money is available immediately. So what you do is you get a PayPal debit card. Once you have that PayPal debit card, when you're making purchases, with the funds that are in that PayPal account, you get 1% of those, 1% of your spending back, which means that you're in essence lowering your fees by 1%. So I highly recommend it. And then also, if you need to get cash, it is available. The debit card works just like a regular ATM card, and you can get money out. Pigeons, taking a paycheck. Business. Well, Tyler, I don't necessarily take a paycheck, but every now and again, if I'm out doing an event and someone pays me, the business is going to pay for me to get lunch, or the business is going to pay for me to go get beer or something like that. So, I mean, I don't pay myself. It's not like I pay myself, oh, here's a couple $100 for me to go do something with. Nah, usually the paycheck or the payback for me is I take whatever monies I have, and if I'm at Sam's, like today, I was at Sam's and I had to buy I bought brisket, and I bought chicken that I was cooking. I bought extra chicken because I found some that was reduced, was on sale. So I bought some extra chicken for my family. And then I bought some milk. So I will buy some additional things with when I'm there. So yeah, but the Cash App debit card doesn't always work as well as it would elsewhere. There's certain people, certain places that do not accept that card. I don't know if they've gotten too many chargebacks, whatever, but I've seen signs, at least in Baltimore, that they don't accept that Cash App card. Tri-Tip. I wish I could get Tri-Tip. Yep. There we go, Alton. Breach. Alton says to Jay, he said, I ain't taking that risk at all. People bring cheap meat and expect miracles. At the end of the day, you cooked it. And whose name is going to be associated with it? Not them for bringing it to you, but yours for cooking it. He said, I ain't about to have people saying he made some BS when they gave him BS to begin with. No, sir. Agree. But my whole thing is I'm not even worried about the quality of the meat. I'm worried about the quality control. Make sure that meat didn't sit out for 15 hours in somebody's trunk or something like that. Brandon, what was Brandon? You see it to Kroger, Sam's Restaurant Depot. What, that they don't accept the card or that they will accept it for use, Brandon? But I mean, my go-to is always PayPal. I like PayPal a lot for the invoicing feature, especially around Thanksgiving when I take orders for people who hit me up about turkeys. I'm like, listen, send me a text message with your name, your email address, and the address you need the food delivered to, and then I gather all of that information up. Usually I have a tablet, I write stuff down, and I'm sending out emails. The worst thing is when you manually have to send someone an email. I always, or once a year, I mess up someone's email address, and then when I double check, like, hey, I sent out an invoice a couple days ago. I just want to follow up and make sure you received it. They're like, oh no, I didn't see anything. And then I look back at their email address, and I'm like, oh, I fat fingered it. Hey, I'm sorry, I fat fingered your email address. Really, literally. I'll send it to you in a few minutes. If you still want to get the turkey, blah blah blah. And then you have people that they're like, oh, I want a turkey, I want a turkey, I want a turkey. All right, send me email address. I don't really check my email, or can you just bring it? Nope, it has to be paid in advance. Why I gotta be paid in advance? Because I'm using your money to buy the turkey, and I want to make sure that you want this turkey, because it takes me 4 days to get this turkey, like not even thawing it out. It takes me 4 days to cook this turkey. So I need to make sure that you want this turkey. And some people are like, oh, I'm good, go ahead and take my name off the list, give my turkey away to somebody else. Okay, cool. I have a limit. Like, I've set a limit now where I cook no more than 16 turkeys. And 16 turkeys seems like a lot, but it's not. When I have a couple, I have people that want turkeys, and inevitably there's someone that waits until the day before Thanksgiving or the morning of Thanksgiving. Hey, you got any extra turkeys? You got anything left over? Nope, I do not. I do not. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Justin, you're lucky. Sorry, what cheap meat barbecue? Poor people. Yes, I'm listening on. Oh. That sucks, Alden. That sucks. See if you can switch with somebody for next week. Exactly, Benji. Meat definitely isn't cheap anymore. I'd usually shoot for no bigger than 15 pounds. I usually shoot for between 13 and 15 pounds. And it's not because I don't have the room. It's just because I don't want to be cooking them all night long. Same thing with briskets. I can cook a 20-pound brisket. I just don't want to spend the time cooking a 20-pound brisket. The bigger it is, the longer it's going to take. Dude, you know, you might have to call out sick or something. I don't know. Cause it's one of those things, man. I'm leery and hesitant about telling people, well, man, you need to quit, or something like that, because the worst thing you could do is jump out there and not be ready. I mean, I don't know what you're making or, you know, what type of stuff your situation is, but, you know, going from having a 9 to 5 to going to barbecue money, it might not be that same amount, that same level right away. Can you build it to that point? I'm sure. Can you immediately jump into the deep end and, you know, swim? It might not necessarily be the case. So I'm always leery about giving folks that sort of advice. Hold on 1 second. I'll be back and get some water. Pellegrino was on sale at Sam's. At Costco. And I put 2 of them in the freezer and forgot about them. So they'll be sitting here waiting, thawing just a little bit. Let's see. I hear y'all. I try to dance around that subject lightly, but I just, you know, time for some water. So I'm not drinking real heavy because I have to get up early in the morning. I have a basketball banquet to cook for, so I gotta get up. Like I'm gonna finish this live stream at 11, and I think I'm gonna have to set my alarm for 3. I have to deliver food tomorrow by. I told the lady in charge of the banquet I would be delivering about 5:15 tomorrow. So. Shoot, Benji, I know all about bartering, man. Bartering is definitely the way to go. I love when people tell me, "Oh man, I'll cook. You know, you give me X, Y, or you give me the value in meat for whatever it is that I'm gonna do for you, or you know, whatever." Dude, I am with it because I obviously, you know, anyone knows as well as I do that what is going to cost you is in dollars for the food is not going to equate to whatever you would charge. So yeah, definitely understand that. So base finder. So recently Sam's has gotten briskets. I used to not be able to find briskets from anywhere but the Restaurant Depot. So I'll get my chicken usually from Sam's. I'll get my beef and pork usually from the Restaurant Depot. Today, however, I got chicken from Sam's, brisket from Sam's, and I got pork from the Restaurant Depot. And that was only because I wanted boneless pork butts, or yeah, boneless pork butts, as opposed to bone-in butts. Like I would have had to buy extra. It was just the quantity that I could have gotten was a little off, so I didn't get it. Nice. That's what's up, Alton. Damn, Jay, that's crazy. 2 months. Yes, John, they do now have, but they have prime briskets, and I mean, I'm okay with it. The only problem is the prime briskets are usually huge. This afternoon, though, I was lucky. So tomorrow, the order I have is for 10 pounds of brisket, and you guys know, basically, you cook a brisket, you're losing half of that weight, which means I need 20 pounds, or I need to cook a 20 pounds of raw brisket. Well, thank goodness, when I was at Sam's, I was at the Sam's in Glen Burnie. They had a 17-pound brisket. No, they had one. 17 and a half is not 10, right? So I'm like, great. I need a second brisket. I knock on the glass, and the guy behind the counter is, he's like, oh, what's going on? What do you need? I said, I need a brisket. He points to the prime case. I said, I got the one that was in there. I at least want more. So he goes into the back. He pulls out 2 briskets. He brings them. He weighs one, brings one to me. I said, well, my man, what is that other one over there? How much does that weigh? He's like, oh, hold on. So the one he handed me was 13 pounds. I'm like, that's closer to what I need. So the other one was like 13 and a half. I said, yo, I'll take these 2 and I'm going to put this big one back. I'd rather cook smaller briskets. I'd rather cook 2 small briskets than 1 big one. I have better control. Yep, exactly. No bigger than 15-pound briskets, or they just seem to take forever to cook, man. Yeah. Benji says he gets his ribs from Aldi's. What? Backs and spares? Benji, I'll have to keep that in mind. Half a brisket. Oh, and people crack me up when they're like, yo, can I get a pound of brisket for Sunday? Listen, in order for me to buy a brisket, I need you to be able to cover the cost of brisket. I can do the rest, but to cover the cost of the brisket is going to be at least 2.5 pounds. I said, and that's really not covering the cost of brisket because of the fact that the cost of brisket has gone up. And they look at me and they're like, but I ain't going to be able to eat all of that. I'm not going to be able to cook none of that. So I understand. Yep, flat endpoint. That's a whole packer, man. Dude, you're in not Glen Burnie. You're in Owings Mills, Mr. Adams. There is, what is up there? The Costco up there. I believe the Costco up there has whole briskets. Costco briskets are prime. At least the last time I saw and or checked. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not completely sold on Costco briskets just because they're more expensive. The restaurant last time we were there, everything stayed open June 3rd. Brandon, that's what's up, man. Nice. Slanging that hash, right? Alright. I do them by the pound. I mean, I sell briskets by the pound. Damn. I paid $1. Oh, wait. If only there were a device that printed receipts. Let's see. For the pork shoulder today, it was $1.33 a pound, which is not bad. The here's the receipt for the brisket. There were, one was $45, the other was $44. So basically, one was 46, one was 45. In the grand scheme of things, what's the profit on your meats? Base or Bass Finder. I talked about that in one of the frequently asked questions video. I try to make 3 times whatever I spend on the meat, but it doesn't always work out that way, especially with brisket. Brisket is my loss leader, where I don't actually profit 3 times what I paid for the meat. Sorry. The prime briskets today were it was 370. Like let's say it was like 350. Because I don't know. It was probably plus or minus 25 cents from 350. Nah. The Young's is 328. Yep. Yep, and chicken sticking to me. Wow. Yes, per pound. John, how you doing? Yeah, but the difference between where you are and where I am is volume. So I wish I could. So I have the briskets. They're in the Cambro right now. Raw, obviously. And I'll be cooking them in a couple hours. I don't want to take them out of the Cambro because it was difficult for me to get them in the Cambro. But they are chilling right now until I cook them. Walmart started selling Angus briskets here in Dallas. Those briskets are, so there's prime, choice, and what's under choice? Select. So actually, choice is in between, or choice is under select and prime. $3. Yeah. Yep. So is it select, choice, then prime, or is it choice, select, then? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. If only. Oh, high choice. Ooh. Really? Brisket packets at the store, just with the flat, but it's in brine. Are you sure that's not corned beef? Or, yeah, corned beef. Yeah, I usually, for the most part, at Restaurant Depot, I believe, for the most part, they're choice briskets that I get. Yeah, I think it was corned beef too. No. Yeah, I say no. Huh. Wow. Dang, Alton, yo, a select brisket. I can get a select brisket for, it's like closer to $3. Like closer to $3. So usually I recommend a half a pound per person. So for 15 people, I would cook at least a 15-pound brisket. Am I going to make a barbecue pit? I don't make pits, but my version of a pit is different from what you might call, something. Jesse, how are you doing? I make grills and smokers, not all year round, but all the time. What? Oh, send me some of those. Shoot. Goodness gracious, Jay. Wow. I'm good. Taking it easy tonight. I have to get up in a couple hours and start to cook, so I'm drinking water. 13-pound roast. Goodness. Still at $6 a pound. Jeez. Nope, John. I'm gonna take a nap. I haven't decided if I'm gonna get up at 3 or 3:30, but I need to get up and I'm gonna start Vicky and then season everything up and start cooking. I have to deliver tomorrow afternoon by 5:15. I told her between 5 and 5:30 I deliver. Swig and smoke. Kevin. Brandon, no, I have never cooked a A5 grade brisket. Prime ribs for $7 per. Shoo. I can't either. Somebody said it earlier that the barbecue came out of cooking cheap meat. And if you spend the money on an expensive meat just to barbecue it the same way you would a cheap meat, what does that say about you? Yes, Kevin. So if I have an event, usually whenever I'm doing the negotiation of the event, I will determine. So usually if it's under $1,000, half up front to book the event and then half 7 days prior to the event. Now, if it's over $1,000, what I usually will tell the person is a third prior or a third to book the event, a third 7 days out, and a third on the day of the event after the event is finished. Yeah. Oh, I don't even think it really matter in the competition. So, all meats are the same as far as beef and lamb. Medium rare is probably going to be 140 degrees. Maybe 138 to 140. If they cancel, quickly, let's talk about cancellations. And you know, I live in an area where there's bad weather. So the whole thing is, the reason why you make them pay up front is to incentivize them to not cancel. Well, Alton, I'm no competition guy, so I don't know. I was being facetious, but really, I do not know. But the whole thing is, Kevin, if they cancel, I do one of two things. So I can, if I haven't cooked anything yet, then I can hold off on doing anything with their monies and or possibly return it. If they, like, I had one lady cancel an event because of snow, and I had already cooked everything because the event was on like a Friday afternoon. I cooked Thursday into Friday morning. But I cooked, and basically by the time she made the decision to, to cancel, I'm like, well, your food is already cooked and ready. I was on my way to your house basically before you told me not to come. So she said, well, just what can you do with the food? I said, well, I can take it and I can wrap everything up and I can freeze it, put it in a vacuum seal it, freeze it, and whenever you're ready, I can thaw it out and I will warm it up and bring it to you. And she's like, okay, cool. I had an event where it was canceled because of weather. Again, I have to cook in advance, right? No, I have not seen those pits. But the event got canceled. So I'm like, oh my God, I have all of this food that I've already cooked. What I'm going to do? Man, I hustled the hell out of that food. I made more money off of the food when I sold it because I was selling it piece by piece. So I was making more money. But I mean, I sold it. And it was one of those deals where the event was like Saturday. And on Friday, they canceled the event because of the likelihood of snow. The likelihood? So I ended up selling everything off between Friday and Sunday. And I made, like I said, I made way more money selling it off that way. So usually, and then once we had the event, we had event like a week or so later, I just bought everything and cooked everything again. John, that's funny. Send your cousin Guido. Luckily, I don't have one. Joey Vasquez, how you doing? Extra $30 on a couple $1,000 event. That's not really doing anything. So I don't know, but that's something to consider, like a cancellation insurance or like I don't know. But the whole thing is, I don't want people to use that as an option or a crutch because then I'm wasting my time and I'm ultimately possibly wasting food. So I don't want that. I'd rather cook one and done and take food to your event. That's it. Kevin, it depends on the amount, and sometimes some places will write the check out to me, and sometimes some places will write the check out to my business. I have accounts set up for either situation. So I have a business account set up with a credit union, and I also have my personal account that's set up through a different credit union. So when people, when people want to give me a check with my business name on it, I have a business account. It's not an issue. Just having a giant pellet cooker. Uses Bliss. Really? Huh. I'll have to look into that. Of course you want one. Well, John, I know you know a guy, so you know I have your number, so that's not even D Young, my bestseller. It depends. My bestseller and what I'm most known for is my brisket. Most people tell me that they get mad when they can't find my brisket other places, or like I had my cousin cursed me out. He called me and straight cursed me out. Like, yo, why did you let me taste your brisket and then I went somewhere else and had some brisket that was some straight garbage? You dirty mofo. He was upset. He was upset. But I have most people. Alton, that's funny. So when people ask me, usually if someone asks me what they want you can write it out. It's 2 T's and 2 R's. All right, first name, last name. So, but there are some times when people just say, "Oh, Steel Drum Smokers Barbecue." Yep, that's fine. Can I make it out the studio? Yep, go right ahead. I will do the rest. I have a business account set up just for that purpose. The fact that I worked in banking for over 10 years, I know how to. I'm not work the system, but I know what the deal is. So what payments I hate the most, and this is a lesson I had to learn the hard way, When I originally set up my PayPal account, for whatever reason, there was an option in there to take an electronic check. What? What? An electronic check? Dog. So what ends up happening is, you know, most financial institutions, you receive a check, they allow a certain amount of the funds. So let's say it's $1,000 check. They will clear immediately. They will clear immediately between $250 and let's say $500 immediately. Then they will place a hold on the rest of the funds between that an additional $750 to other $500, depending on the amount of the check in your financial institution. With PayPal, because of the way that they set their checks up or however it was set up, the hold amount was on the entire amount. When I figured that out, I was like, oh, hell no. There was a woman that paid me via an electronic check. She was the one and only person that ever paid me via an electronic check. I scoured that PayPal account until I figured out how to remove that as a payment option. So that is my advice to you. I guess my second least favorite type of payment is just a straight hard check. Again, if the amount is high enough, there's going to be a hold placed on that check. 2 accounts, grown man. Stop 2 phones, child hustler. Chauncey, how you doing? So the problem with the turkey breast is I like doing a turkey breast to an extent. Turkey is just not one of those things that, like, my best sellers are brisket, like baby backs, pork shoulder, wings, salmon, lamb, pretty much in that order. Yeah. Exactly, John. Bestsellers, whatever comes off the smoker that day. Eric, thank you very much for hanging out. Definitely appreciate you hanging out. Hey, if you guys, there are 34 of you guys on a live stream. If you have not already, please hit that like or hit that thumbs up button for me. Look at that. Make me feel better. The subscriber count has gone down. That's not the way we want it to go. That's not the way we want it to go. We want it to go up. So D Young, I feel the exact opposite. He said PayPal is trash and Square all day. So with Square, at least my experience, maybe you can tell me something different. Whenever I took swipe payments for Square, it took 2 or 3 days for the monies to hit my account. With PayPal, if I swipe someone's card and take a payment, the money is available in my PayPal account immediately. And then from my PayPal account, I have a debit card that I can use those funds immediately. Wow, that's just not the right direction. That's the wrong direction. Or is someone like playing around to see if the numbers actually change? I have not used Venmo, so I don't have an opinion on Venmo. CashApp is amazing. Tyler, did you change accounts? Do you have multiple accounts here? No, Tyler is down in Florida. That Tyler, I see you have pulled pork quesadillas and brisket and chicken available for this weekend. I see you, man. But for me or to me, PayPal is, and the reason I started using PayPal is because I broke my Square reader and I had to get a replacement. And when I was looking for the information for the replacement Square reader, I saw information about the PayPal reader. I didn't even know that was an option until I was looking and I found it. Big Reggie Reg. How you doing? Track meet. Golly, it's late for that. Hey, I got one back. All right, Alton, man, have a great evening, sir. It's nice to be able to trust people. Yeah, Tyler. Yeah. Help you a big order. So Kevin, I have the one that comes to mind as far as having help was when I had that event for that was like 300 plus people. That was the big catering event I did for the for my kids past school. Oh man. Big Reggie Reg. Dog. Jesse James. Do you want 15 pounds cooked or uncooked? Jesse, no. Somebody hit me up earlier today. That person's name was like Jeremiah, I think. What? Oh man. John, man, I'm glad I'd already swallowed the water before I read that, or my phone probably would have been plastered. That is hilarious. Jeff, how you doing, man? That is hilarious. But hold on, Reggie, I just want to say thank you, sir. I greatly appreciate that, man. I definitely appreciate that. But John, John, that is comical. He doesn't even want me to make me. He doesn't even want to make me move. He just wants me to come to Tampa, man. Oh goodness, trust me. I am going to get to Tampa, dude. I feel like I am booked. Like anytime I think I have a moment to breathe, I don't. So let me just fill you guys in on how my summer, my year is coming along. So, excuse me, so far. So, end of this month, early next month, I might be going to England for work. In July, I might be going to Tennessee for a trip with my sons through their school. Let's see. Then in December, we're taking a family trip. I feel like there's something else in between, like August or July. Oh, August we usually go away at the end of the summer for right before school starts. So trust me, dude, I'm with it. Jesse James, like really Jesse James, or Jesse James you just have a familiar name? Let's see. It's only going to be your partner. Wants 20% of your business. Would you do it for a food truck? You would pay for the whole thing. I don't know, Kevin. That would be. So what would they do? Take 20%? Oh, you know what's funny? Funny you say that. So PayPal. When I bought Vicky, I actually bought Vicky through PayPal. So long story short, PayPal, I got a loan through PayPal, and it was like a single origination fee loan through PayPal. Ended up working out to be like 10% of the loan, blah, blah, 10%, like a 10% flat fee. And the way you paid the money back was through your sales. So what they did was they took 20% of your sales and made that as far as repayment. So I can tell you, having to give someone or something 20% of your sales is not always a good thing. Been there, done that. Is it possible? Yes. But when you barely make anything, yo, so if I was swiping a card at the end of the day, they would tabulate whatever 20% of those fees were. And the only way I could get around not having to pay that 20% fee was to spend the money faster than they got it. But as soon as I would get money in, they would take up to that 20% that was owed on the first bit of transactions as well as the second transactions. Yo, like after that whole, it was called what's the name of that thing through PayPal? I can't even remember what it was called, but the whole thing was like I went and actually did a talk at PayPal, and people basically like I cooked for PayPal, and they had me in, and I'm trying to think the name of what it was, but they had me in, and the people who were in the department, hey, look, I'm up again another 9016, so I'm back where I started. But the people who were there got to ask me questions about how I used the funds and how I could have better used the funds and other things like that. And one of the things that I said to them was, I really wish there was an ability to put that repayment on hold, because there were times when, so let's say I had a big event and someone paid me half, right? So they paid me half, they take 20% of that half. When I go to buy the food for the purchasing, I don't have enough money to make the purchase. So it was hard, like definitely hard. All right, yeah, 20% ownership. Yes, John, that's another thing I have to do at the end of May. What is? I'm trying to think what it is. No, not that one. Oh, that one is the one making noise down there. Yep, I'm going fishing again. Yep, I know exactly which one. I love my pellet smoker. I have a pellet grill. I would actually, I'm going to whisper this, but I would like to turn Bernadette into a pellet smoker. I'm going to say it once. Kevin, which one, what would who recommend? Questa J, thank you. Oh my gosh, man. Sorry to hear that, Questa J. Hopefully they are doing okay for you. No, that's better or less. Equals. Yep, Brandon, I agree, because nice. Brandon, that's a unique situation, and I think every situation or each situation is going to be a little different, because just like you said, $20,000. If you have $200,000 in revenue and they take 20% of the revenue, that's way different than taking 20% of the profit. Oh, come on, John. That thing's not burning right. Like, it's not. Kevin, you know what's crazy? Though this is a good place to ask, everyone's situation is going to be different around the country, because Brandon is in a brick and mortar and he's in a place where his brick and mortar might have cost him less money. So though his $200,000 is there, he probably is not taking a salary himself, but he probably is going to have salaried employees. You take $200,000 in net sales over a year, and you might have to pay employees between, let's say, full-time employees, so FTEs, between $30,000 and $70,000, depending on where you are geographically, how much skill they bring to the table, how much experience they bring to the table. That is, a good chunk of your net sales right there. So how much is profit still? And that's just a weak, lousy, lame example. That doesn't include rent. That doesn't include any spices or seasonings. That doesn't include any wood that you need to use for purchasing. That definitely doesn't include the meat. So how much of that $200,000 is profit? I mean, you give me $200,000 and tell me my profit is $60,000. That's $100,000 that I'm paying and stuff. So where's that $100,000 going? Is $40,000 going directly to rent? Like, I don't know. I feel a pellet smoker that is way bigger than having the food directly above the fire and heat plate, like literally directly, will work much better. Depends. Yeah, Brendan, you're right. I said it all depends on what your business can afford. Oh, I know. Shoot, John. Man, you got a big old truck. Come on and get it. All right, so Jesse, I did not like the brisket bark in the end. I think it's more of a I know better type of thing. One, and I've said this before, I'm not a really big fan of hard crispy bark. To me, hard crispy bark is like a hard baked cookie. I don't like that. I like my teeth. I like using my teeth to chew and eat my food. I do not want to break any teeth trying to bite into a slice of brisket. Same thing with hard cookies. Just not my thing. So I rather a softer bark, pronounced but soft, edible. How about that? That's one of the things. Like if it's too hard of a bark, to me it's not edible. So yeah. 25% food cost, but will be slightly, probably especially. Oh my gosh, Brandon, dog, I've said it before, brisket is my loss leader. Like for real. Hey Kevin, are you offering or what? Like, Now Brandon's in South Carolina. Yes, Jeff. I agree. I think Bernadette will make a great pellet smoker. I haven't figured it out. I just kind of figured that it might work. No, I haven't tried to smoke a tube in a Traeger, John. I just haven't. Sure enough, Jay. James from Amon and James? Amon McClain? James? What's going on, man? Yes, Miller Time. I do run it from home. A smoke ring. Don't do it. Don't turn Bernadette into a pellet smoker, John. No, I don't use a commercial kitchen. Cook it in the house. Just smoke a tube and a Traeger. Maybe I will tomorrow. I will be home tomorrow, and I have so I did an experiment the other day. Buy gloves for catering. The gloves I buy are the ones I get from Harbor Freight. And that's just because they fit my hands. Jay, you guys are funny. All right, I gotta go hit the head for a second. John, don't make me think about that. And I know you're absolutely right. And I haven't devoted the time to figure it out yet. Oh boy. Alright, so the only disadvantage of not drinking anything really heavy is I'm drinking more water and water. So I had to pee. I'm sorry. Let's see. William, man, who you telling? I want to see. All right, I've talked about Bernadette, and the reason why I haven't cooked so much with Bernadette is because in order for me to cook with Bernadette, I have to put meat in Bernadette. When I put meat in Bernadette, I don't want things to burn. Though I know what I really need to do is just take some chicken and spread that chicken out around inside of Bernadette and see what happens. It's happening. It'll happen eventually. It's just because I have so many other far more reliable smokers and grills. Sometimes I just can't devote the time to cook in Bernadette and to figure it out. James, dude, I've been talking for an hour and a half. So unfortunately, and I finished my last little bit of crown. I had some water in my cup here, ice water to rinse out the crown. I had some water in a jug here, and then I had one, and we'll just call it two Perriers. I drink a lot of water. I just always have. Not really a big soda and or juice drinker. So what I found is in order for me to help drink more water, I drink Perriers because it tastes kind of like soda. But yeah. So oh, I know. I see, John. It's okay. I understand. It happens. Talking to shit. I don't mind. It's all in good fun. No, but all right. So I guess for those of you guys who have come in a little late, do you guys do or accept mobile payments? Griddle for what, man? One, I don't see me cooking on a griddle. Two, I don't have anywhere to put a griddle. I would love a Blackstone griddle. I just don't have anywhere to put one. Charo means. Oh, shoot. Somebody wants their feelings hurt, I'll be the one to hurt them. Yeah, but I mean, outdoor cooking is one thing, barbecue and grilling is something else. Uh, I I'm not opposed to Blackstone, and that's it. Jesse, you beat me to it. I was gonna say sides. Burgers are awesome on a griddle. Man, you want that burger taste like that char grilled burger. Uh, Griddle is a mise en place. What? What about the barbecue pit boys? You gonna need one hell of a Blackstone to take the place of Bernadette, because Bernadette was, yeah, it was a pretty penny. Trust me, I paid. Excuse me. Yeah, Bernadette was the most expensive smoker to date. Camera, EPS damaged the box. Wow. Oh, that sucks. Sorry to hear that. Blackstone 36, how is it? Alright. No. Pellet grill exploding? What? Grill. Pellet grill explosion. So you know what's great about me having this trailer? Holy cow. Whoa. What? Hold up. Let's just watch that again. Whoa! Yo, y'all see that? Whoa! That is cool. Oh man. Oh, dude. Wow. Dude, I mean, come on. So, all right. Look at this. The pellets are all wet. They just. Oh, you guys can't see that very well.
I'm not sure what's going on here. I came out to check my vegetable garden this morning, and my hopper was smoking. I poured a bunch of water in there when I opened it up because there was flames coming out of this thing.
What? Wow. Never even knew that was a thing. Never have I ever. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I don't think a griddle can replace a smoker anyway. Flat top burner. So, she's one more. Oh, John. Golly, man. Don't. John, you know what I really want? I want a 4x8 quarter-inch sheet so I can make a quarter-inch. No, I want to make a table, but that I gotta clean up my garages first before I can make said table. But I have to figure out what needs to be done as far as a tuning plate for Bernadette. Like, I know that's the problem. Dude, I understand. Jeff, I'm like, she said he feels like he bought a new car and someone stole the wheels before he got it out of the parking lot. But can't you go buy a kit lens just to, or rent one just to try it out? You know. Jay, I'm not a gamer actually. This screen here used to be attached to my desktop, so I was just smart enough, and actually, yeah, I was just smart enough to not throw it away or anything. Is that why you're supposed to leave the lid open when it starts? I don't know what it's called, William. If I were doing a prep table, I would need stainless steel. This would probably be just like excuse me, not even a welder table, just like a shop table. But I have a decent sized desk in my garage. It's just I really need oh I really just need a hand in cleaning out my garage. Like that's what I really need. So yeah, I agree, John. I would need a half inch. Those pellets must have been there for. Sure enough, Jeff, I've never seen anything like that. Like aside from only time I've seen pellets like that is when they get really wet, and I've had some pellets like when I use the amazing smoking tube, and they turn out like that. I don't know. I'd really wonder why or how or what would cause those pellets to explode like that. Like I've never seen that. Never. It's like the dark side of pellet grills. That's crazy. All right. Well, dang on. I'm like at a loss. Like, how do you do that? All right. So tomorrow's video, I cooked some. Oh, you guys want to see tomorrow's video? Let's see here. How do I do this? Hold on a second. Let me turn this away. Yeah, I'm getting ready to call it. I have to get up in a few hours to cook again. But I wanted to show you guys this first. All right. I did barbecue full-time for a point. That's a little washed out. Let's see. Hold on. Let me turn off the light and see if it gets any better. Not really. Let's see here. Okay. Today, I'm going to be trying to see if I can cook some beef ribs from frozen and see if they turn out okay. Yo, this is Dash. All right. That's all sneak peek you guys get. But I will tell you, I did add some bloopers in this video. So, tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Eastern, you guys know the drill. So Jeff, it will smoke a lot when you start up the grill. But when it smokes a lot, it will go from smoking a lot, and then it'll be a thick, heavy white smoke, to all of a sudden it'll ignite and that smoke gets blown away. Tomorrow morning, funny enough, there is a clip of the smoke coming from the Traeger when it gets started. Let's put you back on that screen there. If I use, yep, exactly, Tay. Exactly. Jeff, I know the feeling. Jesse James, thank you very much for hanging out, man. I appreciate it. I need a tattoo on my hand. East Coast Tony, have a good one. But yeah, so tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Yeah. So Tony, Jeff, I guess I've done it enough times where I kind of know what it looks like, and it is the thickest and heaviest right before it catches, and it will, like, usually I'll get Tracy going in 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, depending on exactly how cold it is. But I usually put it on smoke, and then for a minute you just kind of hear the pellets dropping into the little hopper bowl, and then after a minute you start to smell and see a little faint bit of smoke, and then after 2 minutes of it blowing that thick white smoke, you just hear it go from whatever it is, and then you start hearing the flames. Oh wow, goodness gracious. Oh, I guess that video, Jeff, I couldn't even, I didn't want to watch it because I saw you guys couldn't actually see it. Yep, and it looks like the sky is falling. It's that much smoke right before it, excuse me, right before it catches. Jeff, I'm impressed too. Like, you guys have seen me cook on that Traeger a lot. I've cooked on that Traeger a lot. So have any of you guys noticed I put up a couple of different playlists. I put up a playlist, and I'm trying to move this a little slightly closer to me. I put up a playlist of pork videos. I put up a playlist of beef videos. I put up a playlist of chicken videos. I put up a playlist, excuse me, of everything else. So I have lamb, I have turkey, salmon, yeah, in that playlist. Yeah, Jeff. Whew. It's been a long time coming. That's for sure. Yep, exactly. Jeff, it's crazy how it sounds, the way that it sounds. I know I've talked about that in a video or two. Like, I think it was the second video I did. I'm like, yo, why didn't anybody tell me it sounded like this? This is so cool. Sorry. Being up early this morning and staying up late tonight. Every now and again. Oh, we got a new subscriber. 9,017. That is awesome. Awesome. Yeah, definitely it's time for bed. I'm trying to stream for 2 hours. Got another 10 minutes to go. Can I make it? Oh, goodness. So I had this in my pocket from earlier. It is a Dum Dum. Favorite Dum Dum flavor. And go. Jeff says he's closing in on 80. Jeff, your videos, yo. I like it. Jay says he was happy to break 30. Man, I vividly remember when I got 1,000. Wow. If you guys want to send me some peppers, or if you want to send me some peppers, feel free. I think I'll try pickling some. Root beer. I did actually, you know, it's crazy. I had a root beer earlier today. Nah, that's not the best flavor. The best flavor is cream soda. George, what's wrong with you? Kurt, we talked about a lot. You're gonna have to go back, man. Unfortunately. Cream soda and apple. Those are the two best Dum Dum flavors. If you disagree, you can fight me. You can fight me. Cream soda and apple in that order. All other flavors, subpar. Butterscotch, definitely not my thing. Cream soda Dum Dum, yes. Definitely. George is funny. It's still soda flavor, yeah. But cream, all right, yeah, we'll push on that one. It's soda. The apple though, sour apple. You know how celebrities have a writer? So let's see. Come on, focus on the. Yeah, buddy. My writer would say cream soda and green apple Dum Dums only. Can you imagine a person that has to sift through multiple bags of Dum Dums just to pull out the best two flavors of the Dum Dums? Yeah. All right, so Kirk, we talked about mobile payments. So we talked about CashApp, Venmo, PayPal, checks, cash. You're gonna have to go back and kind of watch. We talked about a lot tonight. We were talking about different people's experiences with their customers and which apps they liked, which apps they didn't like. Because the driving force is not you. The driving force is going to be your customer. We talked briefly about doing events and then taking payments in advance and, booking dates and things like that. So, Kurt, I'm all about the new camera, but we'll see about the slow motion stuff. There's certain times where I rather more content and speed things up than to slow things down. To me, it kind of drags some things out. Like there's certain times where slow motion, you just be like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. And other times you're like, why has it been 15 seconds and I'm still looking at the same thing? Apple. Jeff says some Miller Lite. Yeah, I can add that. All right, Kirk. No problem. Rich. You don't have to apologize, man. You're here in spirit, dude. I see you've been pretty busy yourself. I want to see more from you and your camera, dog. Jay, you did overuse it just a little bit, but there's a. I like less is more. I'm of the less is more philosophy. It doesn't always work out to be the case, but I still like less is more. So, but I mean, if you're showing a lot of slow-mo of different things versus a lot of slow-mo one thing, there's a difference. Yeah. Fading quickly. Come on, focus. You remember that? Yeah, so did you guys know that the original reason why Baywatch slowed down the people running on the beach was because they were like 2 minutes short of a complete episode? Yeah. I don't know if it was 2 minutes or what, but they were short on time after they filmed the pilot, and then in order to stretch it out, that was exactly what they did. They put slow motion in the sequence in order to extend the video. It wasn't the boobies, Kirk. Yeah, well, you don't want it to be too long. Like those clips that I put in, even though they were slow motion, I think I limited them to 12 to 15 seconds just because. Yep, I watched an interview with David Hasselhoff, and he was talking. Oh, was this after the Baywatch movie came out? Oh no, yeah, it was after the Baywatch movie. The recent Baywatch movie came out with The Rock and Zac Efron, I think. I don't know, but they were talking about why they put that slow motion in, and it was either The Rock or Hasselhoff was saying that originally the reason why they did that was to stretch the video be longer, and it was like, wow, that's some stuff that you or I as a filmmaker on YouTube will put up with or deal with, and they're doing the same exact thing, and it's like, wow, there's nothing new under the sun. So all right, any other, so let's see. If you haven't already, please do hit that thumbs up button for me. I'd greatly appreciate it. Tell a friend about my channel. Tell a friend about this live stream. I would love to get, let's get 100 people concurrent in the live stream at one point. I think today our peak concurrence was, let me do this over here. Getting delirious at this point. My eyes are having a hard time staying open. Analytics. So I'm looking at some of these videos and things like that. Bill, it should be in the description of this video, but oddly and conveniently enough, the P.O. box is going to be in tomorrow's video, like actually in the video. But if you're ready, I can tell you the P.O. box is SDSBBQ. So Sierra Delta Sierra BBQ Baker Quebec, and that's P.O. Box 3236. All right. 3236, and it's Catonsville, 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 Maryland 21228. And again, that was P.O. Box 3236. So, yeah, commercial crap opens this weekend. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? That's what's up, Kurt. Jeff, no need to apologize. I'm sure you're probably filming the video, right? Right? Yes, Jay, I appreciate it. Definitely. Oh, dude, man, that's when you take a trip to like Best Buy or something like that and go buy one, and then when yours comes in, you just return it. Like, sorry, JK, LOL, don't need this anymore. Great minds, Jeff. Great minds. Anyway. All right, guys. I really want to say thank you again for hanging out. You guys see, this is what I look at. This, I won't say it keeps my sanity, because it definitely drives me crazy. Especially like earlier when it dropped off and then came back up and dropped off and came back up. It's like, oh, stop playing with my emotions. So, all right, Jeff. Thank you. You too, Rich. Thank you for coming in and watching. Definitely appreciate it. All right. So, again, on the way out, if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. It makes me feel great, as well as it definitely does help the channel. So, whoa, look at that. We got another one. 9018. So, tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Eastern, there will be a new video that's going to go live. Again, thank you so very much for subscribing. If you haven't already, please do. And then I will see you guys next time. Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. There's a couple gems inside that video tomorrow. Thank you very much, man. I know I saw, well, the video where obviously I saw the video because I commented on it. I saw the video where you thanked me for sending it out. I'm trying to think, who else did I send? I think I sent Jack one too, and he said he got his. So that's all I was concerned about. But night. Thank you very much. Definitely appreciate you hangs with me for sure. On the way out, hit that thumbs up button for me, and I am gone.